Welcome to another episode of the Irregular show. I am the host with the most, aka Sleepy Millboard in the building, and I'm here to talk to y'all about Tower of God chapter 618. And before we get into anything else, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment below. Alright, now that we got that out of the way, let's get into this chapter. And it starts off with how we left off. Amase being the center of attention, sitting with the other family heads who she climbed the tower with, them having some conversation about old times and really just enjoying themselves inside the party. Tarmiel is by himself, being alone, which is what he always kind of does, is just revert to being by himself. But regardless, he is lamenting the fact that Zahad won't be able to make the proposal dinner. But he gets up and heads out with Enkidu. This is where he greets the great family heads, with Enkidu meeting them for the first time. Enkidu is visibly shocked, stuttering before getting out a hello. Yes, it is hard for me to play with this idiot. Is he a little annoyed? No, you are always doing a great job. And so we see Kun's father, Tarmiel, Amez, Gustang, Yinon family head all together and reminiscing about old times. And this is when Enkidu finally makes the realization that unless you were one of the ones that was there from the beginning, that climbed the tower, there is no way to cross that chasm and that void to become one of their friends. And I think a little bit of that will be revealed as we get further into the chapter. But this sparks an idea for Enkidu. He thinks that if he could just become one of the family heads, or at least possess their body, since that is his ability, and with no one knowing, then he could truly become Tarmiel's friend. Which isn't illogical. It's just not probable. I mean, I'm sure if you could somehow manage to get into a body and no one know, and you pretend to be that person, yes, if you could trick everybody, then yeah, you'll be able to be Tarmiel's friend. Do I think that's likely? Not even a little bit. Even if you happen to get the body, I don't think you have the mannerisms to match who Tarmiel knows these people to be. But we see all the guests enjoying a celebration, dancing. Tarmiel brings out his lion, Chinese lion that is usually used as the statue and guardian beast. He brings that out to create a fiery fireworks display, just intensifying the celebration and the grandeur of the moment, with Enkidu finally arriving with an upside down bouquet that has a ring tied to it. However, we cut to Amase, who is now at center stage with a microphone, getting ready to address the audience. And she has a lot to say. And as being one of the ones that has climbed the tower with the family heads, they do pay her heed to acknowledge her words. And she says, a lot has changed now. I can't tell exactly what has changed, but we have changed. We're probably not challengers anymore. We chose to settle rather than take on a challenge. Friends who couldn't accept it left, and we started to ostracize them. You are really good people. I don't like everything about you anymore. I don't think this is anyone's fault. I just feel sad because I don't anymore. And with that, she fully just announces that she is leaving the house and that she no longer feels the connection to the 10 grade heads as she once did as they were climbing the tower. This shatters the engagement party, causing all the guests to disperse outside of the other 10 grade family heads who decide to remain. First is Gustav, who comes to the door seeing Enkidu banging on it, trying to get Tarmiel to answer, to no avail. Gustav doesn't waste time banging on the door. He kicks it open and goes in and sees his friend, signifying and really exemplifying the difference in status between those that are really Tarmiel's friends and Enkidu, someone who Tarmiel enjoyed their company, but you aren't really a true friend to him. But I also think this makes him more interested in taking one of their bodies, because if they are the ones that can really be Tarmiel's friends, then they are the ones that he needs to target so that he can truly become Tarmiel's friend, which is his ultimate goal. But we have all of the guys of the Great Family Heads except for Arihan, because he doesn't really engage in social festivities outside of showing face for big events. He's off doing his own thing. But we have Gustav, Eden talking to Tarmiel, trying to get him to cheer up and figure out what he wants. And he tells him that a way to a woman's heart is to go back down memory lane and talk about the good points. And that is when we realize that none of them have their memories from when they climbed up the tower. They've all forgotten up until a point. And so I think that is why you can never become their true friend, because who they were and how they got to this level of friendship isn't who they are anymore. Those memories are missing. They just still have those familiar feelings towards each other, which will probably never go away, even though the memories aren't there. So they are able to bypass that little issue of them not having their memories because they are still friends. But Tarmiel transitions to just wanting Amase not to leave, to the possessive, I have to have it. And because now he is a ruler of the tower. Amase, on the other hand, is having a conversation with Yenon, talking about, I was hungry, but I couldn't say anything for fear of causing trouble. Telling a story about when Tarmiel brought her a fish and fed her and how that made her fall in love. But they are no longer like that. They're different now, and that difference is starting to weigh on her. And she wanted to be there for Tarmiel, but he too has just continued to slowly change and become a different person. But we don't get the end of that conversation because we have a new challenger come in. And I think it's Grace, the original Grace, Darkness, his Grace. But we have someone coming into Tarmiel's palace, headed straight for the center, when Arihan intercepts, slashing through pillars, the ground, everything in his blade's way, stopping the intruder, who looks at him with a smile on his face. Long time no see. Arihan. End of chapter 618. And man, I'm excited. We got some closure on what happened in this, so we're just going to basically see their forgotten memories about Amase and what happened with her and probably this battle. I think that anytime something emotionally traumatic happens to them now, they just kind of move past that and remove those memories from themselves to alleviate causing themselves any mental strain or struggle. which is probably kind of how Zahad does his sleep. But we get some new mysteries as well. What happened before this that made them get rid of their memories? We know there was like a civil war and everything like that, but I need details to know like what was tragic or what didn't y'all like about how that turned out that really caused y'all to like want to remove that like incident. Also, Enkidu, are you going to really betray Charmiel and try and take one of his friends' bodies over because you're jealous? The answer is yes, and I think Gustein is the person because that's who tried to murder him in the beginning when we first get to meet Enkidu, and also the one that gave him to Charmiel. Which would be fitting that the gift that you gave is the gift that you have to come and get back and destroy. But yeah, other than that, I want you guys to like, subscribe, comment below. But all right, I'm out of here, guys. Later.